Do you think right now, I mean, regardless of who the fighter is, the Sean O'Malley's of the world, the Paddy Pimbletts of the world, who are very vocal on, well, I'm not getting paid that much, so why am I going to be taking these crazy fights? Like, no, I'm going to take the easiest fight imaginable, literally taking the out of the textbook of Uncle Chael. Should we start putting more stock into that, man? Because it seems like they kind of have an idea of what they're doing. Like, this new generation is saying, I understand social media now. I understand my worth. I understand that I'm bringing to the table X, Y, and Z. So this is why I need to be compensated for X, Y, and Z. As opposed to I mean, listen, Dan Ige is a Hawaiian, bro. And I don't want to generalize, but a lot of the time, these Hawaiians, they have the fighting spirit within them. They don't care. They came to scrap. That's literally what they came to do. So people's motives are different. But like I said, should we be putting more stock in these smart fighters, quote unquote, like the Sean O'Malley's and the Paddy Pimbletts, who just want to take the business approach to the top of the division?
I think so. I think we need to put a little more stock in it as long as those fighters fight. Like the worst ones are like the 170-pound. You know, if you're coming up on the way and you saying like, hey, I'm not getting paid anywhere near the money that the guy I'm gonna fight's getting paid.
Yeah.
So why would I fight him? I'm gonna fight these guys down here and just whoop up on a couple cans until I start making that money to get going up there. You know, that's kind of like I don't fault that at all. Yeah. But who I do fault is once you get to that point and then you're like, well, I don't want to fight down. Like, I'm in the rankings. I'm number 5. I should be fighting up. Like, bro, you need to fight whoever, whenever, all the time, because now you're in that contender spot. You know, you're trying to get to that gold. So there's where I lose the aspect of the negotiation. But if you're down low, you're coming up, man, negotiate all day, realize your worth, get that social media popping. That's the best thing to do, especially in this time and day age when somebody else has laid out the blueprints for you, like Uncle Chael, like a Sugar Show, like a Conor McGregor, all these people's names that are household names. Why not follow? You know, why not follow suit?
No, you're right about that. I really couldn't have said it any better, but that's what it comes down to, man. It's starting to see that the fruits of their labor for some of these people taking the toughest challenges, it's not working out for you, man. At the end of the day, I think that we can also kind of take the approach that the Karolina Kowalkiewicz, right, who just snapped her 5-fight losing skid, right, and getting back on track. She's an OG veteran who's fought some of the toughest of the tough fighters, and now she's kind of getting back on track. But you have to think that there's some type of inner working in terms of relationship between her and the UFC brass, because who else can lose 5 fights in a row besides Sam Alvey and not get cut? You know what I'm saying? So we'll just leave that for what it's worth. But I definitely thought that was something to think about. Now.